Hey, what's up guys? Bajheera here. Got another gym video for you guys. This one's gonna be a beast mode leg day. And if you'll notice, I've got myself some knee sleeves on today. I've never used knee sleeves before, but my buddies over at Nordic Lifting sent these over for me to try out, and I really liked them. Over the years and over my training, I've been incorporating a little bit more equipment in terms of my gym apparatus of what I can use and what's available to me. But I never have tried out knee sleeves until this workout, and I really liked them, especially as I'm feeling a little bit kind of shakier and not quite as just overall powerful and insulated as my body fat comes down. I feel like the knee sleeves really were a big help to me. It really supports any sort of instability you might have in your knees, and obviously I'm still using good form, still trying my best to maintain a really solid stance that allows me to perform the squat in a good way and really isolate my leg muscles that I want to use. But one of the cool things about this is that it really sort of enhances that ability to focus on lifting with your leg muscles, keeping everything really tight in your core, and focus on the muscles that are supposed to be being used rather than worrying about your knees at all. That being said, these are not as intense as knee wraps would be. It's more just like a low-grade stability enhancer, just insulates your legs a little bit. Plus, it keeps your knees warm, which is nice too. And I really liked them a lot. So it's kind of the same idea behind wearing like a weight belt or using wrist wraps, is where there's kind of two schools of thought, opposing schools of thought, where one is like, well, if you don't need that extra support, why would you use it and maybe risk weakening your joints or the small support muscles involved in those, you know, small joint movements? And the thing is like, if you're concerned about that, you can definitely do secondary exercises to address those weaknesses, and then make sure that you have your joints supported when you're doing, you know, exercises that are targeting the bigger muscles like your quads and your hamstrings, and you're not worried as much about, you know, stressing your joints like your knees and whatnot, especially when you're in a dieting state. So you can do secondary exercises to address those weaknesses if that's a concern for you. And then there's the other side of things where it's like, well, I want to be training for many years to come, and if these, you know, knee wraps, wrist wraps, belt do provide some sort of security for your joints, which are a little bit weaker than your muscles, perhaps, that's a good thing for me, because I do want to be doing this for a long time. So whether or not you are interested in having knee sleeves in your workout, I really enjoyed these ones that Nordic Lifting sent over, so huge thanks to them. Definitely helped me feel a little bit more solid when I'm in a little bit of a shaky point in my dieting phase. Definitely enjoyed them, so thank you. That being said, my dieting phase is going pretty well. Yesterday was a big old refeed for me, probably my last over calories refeed that I'm going to be doing, because I do have 5 weeks to go until my competition, so it's really about time to definitely buckle down. But that being said, I have been continuing to lose body fat steadily. I'm about 183 now, and when I stepped on stage dehydrated, I was about 185. So I've got 5 weeks to go. I wonder if I'm going to dip down under 180. At that point, I'm going to be just about as lean as I've been since, you know, high school, which is pretty crazy. I was leaner than that in college when I was a distance runner, though. I guess I should mention that, but that was definitely extra crispy lean too. So we'll see. I am still feeling pretty good. My spirits are good. I'm not really dreading the diet or anything. I just, you know, thinking about those numbers, getting that lean is like, wow. I got to stay focused on the objective ahead of me rather than, you know, where I want to be ultimately, which is, you know, I do want to be bigger. I do want to be stronger. But right now, the main goal is to get as lean as possible, maintain as much muscle mass as possible. And that's why I think it's still a good thing that I can put in really solid efforts on training days like leg day. Obviously, you're not showing off your legs in a physique competition, but I think leg day just really challenges you in a way that's important mentally and physically. I think physically, it definitely releases all kinds of helpful hormones, you know, that you need to maintain your muscle mass and maintain your training intensity. But it also helps you mentally, where you're saying, okay, I really tested myself. I really put myself in a really tough workout, and I was able to accomplish my goals that I wanted to accomplish, which you can carry forward throughout the rest of the week of training or the weeks of training, and have that be just sort of like a tempo setter for even if you're, you know, really tired from your diets and your other workouts, then you can always step it up on leg day and really show yourself that you can do it. And I think that's important for me, at least, is establishing a rhythm, because I am sort of a rhythm-based kind of guy. Once I get into a good rhythm, it's easier for me to hit my diet the way I need to. It's easier for me to hit my training the way I need to, and it makes me just sort of have an overall more positive attitude towards this training phase, which definitely can get difficult. You know, a lot of people talk about contest prep being such like a a horrible experience for them. It's just so tough that it's hard to get through every day, and it just drains them. And I can see it where that idea would come from. But for me, especially last pre-contest diet, like a month out, I felt great. And even right now, I'm still feeling good. Like I said, I did have a pretty intense calorie refeed yesterday. I ate a lot of healthy food. I just ate a lot of food in general. So there's that, and that could, I guess, sort of set you back. I'm just not going to allow that to set me back. I felt good about it. I felt like I put in an entire week of training that was really, really solid, and I feel like all that food that I ate is probably going to go to good use. Recovering from this leg day, and then recovering from a pretty intense back and chest day, and doing cardio every day. So maybe I won't lose a lot of body fat for the next day or two as I recover from those like 4,000 calories I ate, but that's not really a huge concern to me because I know I've got 5 weeks left. I didn't really do much damage with that refeed, but that being said, you know, no more of that. We're going to be sticking to a pretty strict regimen. Even when I have my refeed days, it will be low calories, just higher carbs. So we're going to dig in. We're going to see what happens. And I think that leg day training like this, you know, just intense training days in general, are going to be one of those things that's going to let me hold on to some muscle mass and really come into this next show looking my best. Now, this probably will be my last show at this sort of training phase. At this sort of dieted state, I probably will do a slow reverse diet back and try to start gaining some weight again. Try to get a little bit stronger, trying to put on some mass again, and that'll be fun. I think it'll be sad to see the shreds go, but I'll be happy to see some muscle mass gain once again. And that's just part of the deal with this long-term mindset for me, is that you have periods of time where you're going to eat more and gain weight, and then you're going to have periods of time where you eat less and try to diet off some of that body fat, but have a net increase of muscle mass, a net improvement in your physique, and just repeat that process over a long period of time. Now, for this bulk, I might want to try to stay a little bit leaner, just for fun, especially because I'm going to give myself a nice long time to bulk. I want to do this for at least a year, so I might not just be like doing the dreamer bulk of, you know, 5,000 plus calories and putting on a lot of body fat over 6 months and then trying to diet it off over the next 6 months. I don't know if I really like that model as much. I might try to keep it a little bit cleaner, a little bit leaner for like a whole year, because I think that might just be a little bit more fun for me. And I think I can definitely gain plenty of strength, you know, eating around 3 to 3,500 calories. I think that's fine. We'll see. But either way, do want to stay focused on this diet, do want to stay focused on this training phase, and leg days like this one, like I said, they're really motivating to me. They make me feel like I still can work hard, even though the weight isn't very impressive. I realize that. It's more like the effort level remains consistent. And as long as I can continue to put in a really solid effort level, regardless of what the weight is, as long as I can continue to push myself past, you know, the point of being comfortable, I think that's what really makes the difference for me. Push myself past the point of being comfortable with my diet, just drop a little bit below so you can feel that you know, caloric deficit edge, you know, shaving body fat off of you. As long as I can feel that, as long as I can feel myself, you know, really pushing past the point of comfortableness, I guess, comfortableness in the gym, I think that will continue to make progress, and that's what I'm going to be trying to do. Hey, shout out to my boy Eli right there for training legs with me. That was a lot of fun. We're getting some close up on the quads. You don't really get to show off legs in the physique competition, like I said, but legs are still a big point of pride for me. Still something that I definitely want to train hard. I've been doing that for, you know, years now, trying to work my legs, and I think it's barely starting to show, but we're getting there. Maybe after a year or so, instead of competing in physique, we can step into the bodybuilding scene and see how these legs measure up against the other beast mode bodybuilding legs out there. But anyways, guys, that's going to bring us to the end of this video. Really hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Thank you so much for your continued support in the comments. It means a lot to me. So be sure to hit this video with a thumbs up, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Peace!